So while Prime Day is happening right now, you might be considering buying one of these Intel-based mini PCs since some of them are in a pretty deep discount right now. Though certainly in general, Intel mini PCs end up being far more expensive than AMD ones, you do at least get the benefit of a noticeably more powerful CPU. The i9-13900H is actually noticeably better as a CPU than even the best mobile AMD processor right now that isn't essentially just a desktop CPU that is slapped into a mini PC. But unfortunately, these systems are currently experiencing issues that might be completely unrecoverable. And the problem is that Intel isn't really being very clear about these issues, so we aren't 100% sure if these are affected, but there's at least enough information out there that should make you cautious to drop this kind of money on a system that might end up failing on you within the next couple of years. See, what you're looking at here is a comment on Reddit by Matt, a developer at Alderon Games. If we look them up, you'll see that they have developed this game called Path of Titans that is available on all of these different platforms, and you can actually get it even on mobile. You play it on Windows PCs, Macs, and even Linux systems. So they have a wide variety of different hardware that their game runs on. They have actually a lot of data to work off of. Of course, we don't know how large their player base actually is on PC, but it should be noted that in this comment, what they're pointing out is that they have been noticing these degradation issues that have been happening with Raptor Lake on laptop chips. See, if you've been paying attention to the news recently, you might have noticed that there's been a lot of discussion about Intel's instability issues, specifically level 1 techs, and Gamers Nexus have brought a lot of attention to this because some developers are talking about seeing failure rates that are effectively 100%, which means that every single Raptor Lake CPU that they have tested has failed at some point. Now, we don't know exactly how widespread this issue is, if there are only specific workloads that end up triggering this, but enough developers have chimed in about all of this to point towards the fact that there is a noticeable hardware issue on specifically Raptor Lake. So far, Alder Lake seems to have avoided all of these issues, but if we're willing to trust Matt here, and I see no reason for him to lie to us about any of this, then 13th gen laptop chips are also experiencing these issues. Now, down here, he clarifies that the 13900HX is definitely affected, but they've also been seeing issues with chips like 13700T. That's a very low TDP part, so this isn't just an issue of the configuration of the hardware is just mismanaged and it's just boosting way too high and it's cooking itself. There is a fundamental flaw somewhere in the design here, and these issues have been getting reported now for months. Even back in April, Nvidia was pointing the finger at Intel having issues with their processors that were essentially showing up as graphics driver issues when in reality it's the CPU that's at fault. This has made troubleshooting all of this very difficult for a lot of people, and it's why it's just really starting to come to light now. It does seem that the higher end the configuration is, the more likely it is to show crashes, but so far it seems like everything 13th and 14th gen that isn't just a rebrand of Alder Lake is having issues. Now, it should be noted that the 13900H is not being named directly, but in light of this information and the fact that Intel isn't really being very clear about what exactly is happening here, if they even know yet, I would be very cautious about picking up a system with this specific chip. As tempting as some of these prices are, especially a system like this that has been very, very well reviewed recently, they do have a 12th gen version, but that seems to be sold out right now. But the 13th gen version, I just don't know if I would really be considering it, considering the risk that you run into. You spend $800 on this and it ends up failing on you within the next 2 years. I feel like that is just such a huge waste of money. At this price, you should be able to get a system that will last you quite a few years depending on the tasks that you're going to be using it for. Now, if you're spending this kind of money, you're looking for CPU performance. And if you're going to be paying this much of a premium, I think you should get something that is guaranteed to at least give you a long-term solution to what you want. Personally, if I dropped this kind of money on a system like this and suddenly it ended up dying within the next year, I'm going to be very pissed. Of course, one benefit is that you can just go with 12th gen systems like the 12900H here. Now, again, you are losing some performance here, but these systems are cheaper, and you get the peace of mind of knowing that this is more than likely not going to end up degrading at all, since it is an older generation and they have never shown any of these issues as opposed to 13th gen. So it's an interesting situation where older systems are kind of actually a better option because they're showing no issues at all. God's name is this monstrosity. Oh my God, this thing is hideous. Jesus Christ, they want a lot of money for this. I mean, it has coupons. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here, but this thing just looks, I mean, look at that. It literally looks so stupid. That's so ridiculous. I kind of want to get one. God, this price is ridiculous. Man, I'm tempted to get one of these, but it is way too overpriced. But my God, I would love to get my hands on this thing. Of course it's Ace Magic. Of course it's Ace Magic. Okay, I got completely sidetracked here. But anyways, I hope you found this video helpful in any way, and I hope it might have saved you from making a decision that you might regret a couple years down the line. If you would like to support the channel directly and help me fund getting this monstrosity, consider becoming a channel member for as little as $1 a month, or check out the Amazon affiliate links down below to help support the channel without any added cost to you. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.